Hello, and welcome to another episode of Win Women in Business. I'm your host, Frederica, and I'm here today with some friends. I have Bree in the house. What's up, Bree?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, and her dad is here also, Gerald. Hey, Gerald, thank you guys for coming out. Let me tell you what, you guys are in for a special treat. I don't know if you saw some previous episodes, but Bree and I, she is my stylist, by the way, Bree. But Bree is my stylist, and she and I had a lot of time a couple weeks ago. She was doing micro locks. So if you didn't watch that episode, please go back, check it out, because I am on a new journey, not just with my hair, not just with my weight, but I'm also with just the whole me. I want to be the total package, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be well. So you guys have heard me talk for a while about transitioning and Win Women in Business, eventually going to Wings. We're not there yet, but let me tell you what, each day we're getting a little closer. So keep watching out for that. So I'm going to turn it back over to Bree of True Healthy Locks and More. And so Bree, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm a loctician and I do natural hair. Well, I wouldn't even classify myself as a loctician. I'm a natural hairstylist. So I do braids, twists, anything with the locks, extensions, and everything.
Oh, okay, that is awesome. Well, again, if you guys hadn't seen that episode, we did about, how many hours, Bree? About 17 hours. And we recorded for what?
About 4 hours.
Yeah, we
total.
did. Yeah.
Because we did like 3 podcasts.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of good discussions, and so we kind of thought about it. With her being a stylist, you know, she knows a lot what's going on in the community, a lot, and so we just want to start sharing some of that. So you might see Bree and her dad back on here in the future too. So, Bree, tell us a little bit about your dad.
So my dad, he's an artist. He's a great dad. He's just stepping out right now. He's stepping into his own journey as well right now, and it's been going on for about 3-4 years, but he's starting to focus more on his artwork, and that's what we're promoting. That's what we're pushing right now.
That is amazing. I'm gonna tell you guys something. I hadn't really thought about this, Bree. When we discussed you being on the show, I thought about Imani. And by the way, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about how I know Bree. Bree is a close friend of my daughter Imani, but she was also a close friend of my deceased daughter Naomi. So what's interesting about that is, even though she is young, this woman is just amazing. She has so many great ideas, but not only does she have great ideas, she puts them into action. And not only does she push herself, but she pushes those around her. So Bree, I just want to thank you, because you have been encouraging and motivating me. And Dad, what do you have to say about Bree? I know you're proud.
Oh, most definitely. I'm very proud of the things that she has accomplished. As a father, that's all you want your child to do, is be successful in life.
Yeah. You know, you guys, we have some great pictures. Throw up one of their pictures right fast, Ed.
Oh, yeah.
That was my favorite.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about their dad when you see that picture?
That's great.
I love his hair.
I love it too. Love the fro dad. But the reason we brought them on is they just wanted to share a little bit about some thoughts they have about community, about family. We have the holidays coming up, with Father's Day coming. And, you know, I didn't think about that when we planned this. It was just a coincidence, but I really don't thank God that there are really any real coincidences in life. I think it was
right on time.
But I'm going to let you guys share anything you want to about family. And then we're going to do our thing. Dad, what you thinking over there?
A lot.
Okay. Start us off.
Oh, y'all caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting
okay.
you starting off.
Okay, well, Bree, you start us off.
Okay, let's go. We're talking about family. Family it could be everything.
It really should be everything.
And it should be everything, because family is like the closest people to you. And that's how I look at it. I used to look at it like family is like all the people that you're blood related to, but now I like to think of family as the people who treat you like family when you come around, like the people you meet along the way, who just is family. That's what it is to me now.
Exactly, Bree. To me, your family. I mean, honestly, you have just inspired me, been very encouraging. So I really appreciate the fact that you have, just reached out. Again, I keep saying, go back and watch those previous podcasts. We covered so much information. I'm gonna try to fill you guys in a little bit on some of our history, but again, go back and watch those previous episodes on Women in Business, because we shared a lot. We dropped a lot of knowledge. And that's why we brought Dad in today, too, to also get some additional knowledge. So, Dad, what are you thinking over there now?
Family is a community.
It is.
It's a group of people who come to bond together as one. And everybody has their best interest in their offsprings. And along the way, there's many journeys. But to me, family means love, unconditional love.
It really does. When I saw the picture of you two, what it reminds me of is like just being there to model the behavior, showing your child that this is the way that you do it. And the interesting thing about parenting is there is no instruction manual, people. There's no instruction manual, but you just live and you learn, and then you correct the mistakes. Jared, are there any mistakes or any lessons that you may have learned late in life that you either wish you could change, or things that you wish you had shared with Bree? And I know she's doing an amazing job right now, but anything comes to mind?
No, because I made the mistakes that I made. And
I wanted to cut him off because I feel like he's a very selfless person. And honestly, I feel like he understands the fact of, you can tell your kid right from wrong all day long, but at the end of the day, we and any kid has we have the ability to do whatever and make our own decisions. So you can have a great parent, and you can have a kid that's just whatever.
I'm so glad you said that, because I'm at the stage right now, Bree, where me and most of my friends, I actually am kind of a little different, because I have 3 generations of kids. They start at 5, they go up to 23. So it's a little different, but I believe when you have an adult child, is a whole lot different. I actually thought that I would worry more when my kids were young, but actually I had more control over their lives. So I actually worried more after my daughter left the nest. What do you think, Gerald? Did you see a difference in your parenting, or do you feel like it was easier or harder to raise a child versus an adult?
well, I'm still raising a child now. I have a 12-year-old son.
Oh, okay.
So it's never easy, but once they become grown, you just basically have to let them make their own decisions, and you just hope for the best. That's all we can basically do, because, I mean, you can be an angel in front of your parents, but once you hit that corner, it's a whole different subject.
I'm so glad y'all are bringing this up. I've really been talking to a lot of friends about this lately, and you kind of get this guilt trip sometimes, because you're wondering if there's something that you should do, or if you're making a mistake, but you guys are putting it perfectly. Gerald, is there something else you wanted to add?
Of course, I mean, like you said, there's no manual to being a parent. You're going to make mistakes. All you can do is just don't make the same mistakes with, the future or with your next child, but you just don't want to keep continuing to make the same mistakes.
You learn from yourself, grow. That's why when we get into this family thing, what we're about to do in a second, you'll really understand what we're trying to say.
Okay, well, without further ado, we're going to get into this family thing then. You guys know how I do it. If you've been watching the show, you know I like to do acronyms. And we take a word. Our word of today is family. And we're going to take that word, go through it letter by letter, and each of us will kind of explain what it means. We might agree, we might disagree, we might add on to it. But in the end, hopefully you'll have a better understanding of what and how we define family. So my first word is facade. And I'll tell you why I put facade up. Let me back up. So the F in family is facade. And the reason I said facade is I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. A lot of times people make their family or make their situations look better than they are. And it's not that they can't have everything that they want to have or accomplish, but somehow they just seem to feel like they kind of want to impress others. So instead of being honest with themselves, with their children, or their friends, they have this facade. I bring that up, but anytime if you've watched the show, if I have anything negative to say, I'm always going to follow up with something positive as well. So The F is that you don't have to be flawless in order to have a happy family. Like you said earlier, Bree, family is just, the people that you're around and you love. What are you guys over there thinking? What do you think, Bree, the F in family means for you?
I haven't really came up with the F word, so we just what's the actually forgiveness.
Yes, that's the part. Did she take your word, Daddy?
Great minds think alike. But forgiveness, that's major. That's major in a family because you can have all these problems going on or whatever, and if you don't forgive a person, you don't know how their view of the situation, and you can be holding on to something that could be so small, and they might not even know that you feel the way that you feel. So forgiveness is big.
Ministry to me over here, Bree.
It's very big. You have to learn to forgive, and even as a parent, you gotta forgive your kids. You gotta forgive your spouse, your mom, especially old trauma.
I think you have to forgive yourself too, Bree. That's one of the things that I've been struggling about.
Most definitely have to forgive yourself.
That's where it starts.
That's where it starts, yeah.
Yes.
When I lost Naomi, I went through a period of depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress. And so, for the other kids that I had after that, a lot of times you kind of feel like I didn't do what I was supposed to do. So you're exactly right. What are you thinking, Gerald? What does the F mean for you?
Oh, somebody took my word, but I'm going to piggyback off of it. You do have to have forgiveness in your heart, because what's going to happen is you're going to block your blessings in life. You're not going to go any further. You're going to hold this grudge, and nothing's going to get resolved in life. When family learns how to forgive, then that's when family can move on as a unit. Until then, that's when we need to learn how to forgive each other and forgive yourself in the process.
You are exactly right. I did have another F that I'm going to throw out real quickly, and it was foundation. It was foundation because it really all starts at home. And I think a lot of times what happened is I didn't have, and I'm not saying me personally, but there are some areas that opportunity my mom could have used or dad, but your foundation. So if you start off and you don't have the foundation that you need, then guess what's going to happen? It's just going to carry on, and go down generations and generations. So it's very important to have a foundation. Anything else you guys want to say on F before we keep it pushing?
I'm good on F.
Okay. So we are going to our next word, which is A, and for me is acceptance. So I was thinking that a lot of times we try to be who other people want us to be, kind of that whole facade thing I was talking about earlier. And I think in order to be in a healthy family, a healthy relationship with anyone, you have to first accept the person for who they are. What are you thinking over there, Daddy?
Wow.
And your A can be different. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. It's just whatever you're thinking. If you have your a different A, that's fine too.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll come back to it.
Okay, what you thinking, Bree?
So I'm gonna piggyback off of yours. Acceptance in family, like you gotta kind of understand that everybody might not be the same, or you might have that one person who's different. But don't make them feel bad about it. Just kind of help them embrace it. Like some people, they may all be dark skinned in the family. Then you got this one light one coming in, and everybody's you different, you got to be adopted or something or anything.
I've actually had that happen in my family, Bree.
It's happening now.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And you might not feel like it's bothering that person, you get what I'm saying, but it might be. So just accept people, and if you do tease them, because that's what you do in family, you do joke around and stuff, but just let them know that it's okay. Yeah,
you're right. What you thinking, Daddy?
Oh, I still haven't come up with one. I'm new to this, and pretty much I'm just gonna go with the flow. I just like listening to what y'all saying and then put my input in.
Okay, chime in whenever. Okay. Just let us know. So we are gonna go to a short commercial break. In a moment, we just want to thank our sponsor of the day, which is Tags & Co. Touched by an Angel Gift Shopping Consignments, located at 225 Punkintown Highway in the beautiful town of Pickens. And let me tell you guys, you can come down here, and not only my shop, but all the shops have so many different unique gifts. It's almost like coming to a craft shop, a craft show every single day. So join us at Touched by an Angel gift shop and consignments, located again at 225 Punkintown Highway. Thank you. So our next letter in the word family is M. So it's kind of just flowing from what we were just talking about. So my M is mindfulness. So a lot of times, like you just said, Bree, you know, we might not think about what we're saying to other people. We might not think of what we're saying to ourselves. I'll be honest with you guys, especially since I went through depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress. I had to fight a lot of negative thoughts, and a lot of those thoughts came from me. So just
Why
being able
is
to be
that?
mine, well, when you don't have self-confidence or you lose your confidence, then you just start, and I'll give you a perfect example. So I lost my daughter, and I lost her to an accident. And I thought even though I personally knew better, there's a thing, sometimes you're irrational. In my opinion, when it's hard to make rational decisions when you're going through depression. So one of the very first thoughts that I remember having when I started going through depression was, I don't want to babysit anybody's kids. Well, I used to be like queen mom. I used to have all these sleepovers and do all these things with my kids. And it was just like I literally had a fear. I had a fear. I didn't want anything to happen to anybody else's child in my custody. So it's like these negative thoughts.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to be very, very mindful, not only what other people, you're allowing other people to speak into your life, but you have to be mindful of what you're accepting and what you're telling yourself to. What you thinking over there, Bree? What's your M?
Yes, mine is kind of similar to yours, but mine is my mindset. So yours is mindful and mine is, hold on, switch it up.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll tell you one thing about doing this podcast. Me and Bree, yeah, it's okay because the one thing about this is there's absolutely nobody that's perfect. We all, make mistakes, things happen, but it's my belief that everything is in its perfect timing, and everything happens for a reason. For example, you guys actually, and I'm about to start crying. You have no idea what you coming meant to me today. No idea what I've been going through on a personal level. And I'll share a little bit with you guys what I mean. And I'm trying to figure out how much to share because some of it is not just personal to me, but to, other family members. But my dad is sick. So I don't think God makes mistakes. When not only Bree agreed to come on the show, and she wanted to bring her dad, initially I didn't think about it, but anybody who knows me knows that I'm always trying to figure out what God has up his sleeve. You can't do it, but I be trying anyways. And when you guys decided to come to the show, it just really helped me start processing and start thinking about my relationship with my dad. Because you live life sometimes and you think to yourself, I got all the time in the world. But what if you don't? What if you don't have all the time in the world,
Exactly.
So
that's why it's important to make relationships with the people you do have in your life.
Exactly.
Quality
In your own family. Like
exactly. I really love my dad. He's always been a great provider. There were times in our lives, and it's very interesting when we were talking about having adults, children, where, to be honest, I'll just put it frankly, I didn't forgive. And I was actually thinking on the ride down today, I said there were so many, my dad has reached out to me so many times and we have a really great relationship now. But again, it's almost like, why did you wait so long to forgive? And I think a lot of times that's what happened to people is we just think we have forever, and you may or you may not. I could go first. My child went first. We never know. Any of us never know how much time we have. So what the point I wanted to make to you guys is great. Go ahead, Bree.
the time is now.
The time is now. The time is now. Yeah. Go ahead and throw up another picture right fast. I love their pictures. See, the two of you,
That's a real bond right there.
that it really is. Tell me a little bit about your bond with your dad, Bree. And that's one of the things we talked about a little bit when she was doing my hair.
So it's been Rockies. Like as a kid, I mean, I've always this is my dad, you know, or whatever, and our bond has always just been a okay bond. And at one point, our bond had gotten very brittle, and I didn't really care. Like I was just like, whatever, you know, whatever. But my dad told me like, I want to have that relationship with you. This is not us. Like I want to get back to that place. So it took me a little minute after that still to understand what he was saying. But you know, our bond is like it can't not be there. So and we got it together, and then we started back talking. Then I think we went another time. We went a whole year without speaking to each other.
That's because she's stubborn.
And he's stubborn.
I was gonna ask, one of my questions gonna be, what did you get from your dad? But it sounds like y'all just you just answered a little bit of that.
Everybody always trying to say we act alike,
Yes.
but I don't think so.
What are some
In some ways we do.
Yeah, what are some similarities that you see, Gerald? With
Well,
you
she
and
has
Bree?
my talent for art.
Oh yeah. I want to talk a little bit about that.
Sure, go right ahead.
I would like you to talk a little bit about that
Oh,
for
you
me.
would like me to tell everybody how?
I'm kind of
my
interested in how
experience?
you got started in art. Like, she showed me some of your, and I hate that we don't have any pictures for you guys to see, but she showed me some of your art, your murals and stuff that you've done, and they were really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So basically tell them how you got started.
I am. I started at 5 years old, and then progressed from there. And by the time I was in the 4th grade, I entered a contest. You know, the Draw Me that was in the Ebony magazines. I entered that, and I came in like 3rd place. It was a knock at the door. They told me I had won a scholarship to Duke Ellington in Washington, D.C. I turned that
Wow.
down and pursued just to stay natural.
Oh, okay.
And right now is my time to shine.
Yeah, I really believe in timing and his
Yes.
perfect timing. We were talking earlier about some of the negative thoughts I beat myself up in the past about, you know, things I should have done, things I didn't do. But truth be time, it all works out in the perfect time. And I kind of feel like I'm older now, but I feel like I'm more in my season. And not only am I more in my season, when I felt before I went through depression, anxiety, I actually feel like now I contribute more to society. Like I feel like I give, I've always been a giver, but I'm doing more without the fear. In the past, I had the fear holding me back. Okay, we're gonna go to our next letter, which is I in family. And for me, I put down individualism. That was a mouthful. But the reason I put that down is because I really believe that we have to be who we are and who we were created to be. It's almost not almost impossible. It is impossible to be anybody but yourself. And for me, when I took the wig off, that and I might wear my wig again one day, but for me, the reason I had to do it is because I wanted not only me to know who I was, because I'm trying to redefine and reestablish myself. I also needed others to see me through the process, to see who I am. Not that I needed their acceptance or approval, but I needed to be approving of myself. So mine is being an individual. What are you thinking over there, Bree?
So for the I in family, I'm thinking I love you, because that's very important to tell your family members that you love them. My godmom and my little god sister, they always tell me I love you all the time. And I used to think, oh my God, they tell me this all the time, too much. But when you're down and you're sad and you're just having a super bad day and they come and tell you like I love you, it means a lot, and I appreciate that. So tell your family that you love them more often. Period.
That is so true. Dad, did you want to add anything to that?
Integrity. Stay strong as a family. Don't let nobody come between y'all.
Period.
Exactly. I'm gonna go back to I
They
love
will
you
try.
for a moment. That was an area, and I promise you that was this week too, by the way, that I realized that I really didn't use the word a lot. I thought because my love language is action, servitude. So I assumed because I was doing certain things that they knew I loved them. And lately, I've been going through the process of where I really want to make sure not only do I show them I love them, because all of my children have different love languages. I want to make sure I'm also verbally telling them I love them. So I think that's, I know the things that we're saying to you guys seem so basic because they are. Exactly. We just need to do them.
Oh, this is what happens in families right now.
Yeah. What's that, Gerald?
This is what's going on in families right now. So when your child walks up to you and asks you which one you love the most, the correct answer is I love you all the same.
Oh, yeah. And I think go ahead, Bree.
No, I was just agreeing with him and saying, yeah, because that does cause problems. Like, oh, you love your mom more, you love your dad more. No, yes, I love both of you. Like, it shouldn't be no greater love.
It should be unconditional from each side.
Each angle.
I love the whole unconditional thing. It took me a long time when I went through counseling. One of the things that she continued to bring up, and by the way, before I even say this, I'm gonna make a disclaimer. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a counselor. I'm a mom. I'm a woman, and I just love sharing my experience with other people to help them. So if you know of anyone who struggled with depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, please share, send them these podcasts, because we're doing these podcasts for people who've gone through those, but not only people who've gone through them, people who have overcome. So we're trying to encourage you not to stay stuck in that situation, but to overcome it and to move on into your purpose in life. So the next letter is Y. So for the Y for me is Yahweh. God has many names. I love Yahweh because he loves me, and he made me exactly the woman I'm supposed to be, and I'm finally coming to terms with that. So my why is Yahweh. What about you, Bree? What's your why over there? What are you thinking?
So my why is yourself. Get yourself together, love yourself, so therefore you can be all right for your family. You can love your family better.
Yep. So today's topic again was family ties. And so we just wanted to share some of our views on family. We are going to summarize right fast and see if there's anything anybody else would like to add to it, but family ties and getting to the next level. So,
and another thing,
yes,
if your family member has a business, make sure you support them. Okay? Whether it's sharing a post, liking it, just let them know that you see them. I see you, family. Even if you can't make their event, even if you can't go, because a lot of entrepreneurs, they feel like, dang, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm gonna access to y'all, but you don't even
they don't support
contribute or support.
Yeah, they don't support.
That's not okay.
They blow up and then you want to be on the bandwagon.
Exactly, because when they blow up and then you come, it's like
it's too late. It's too late. Well, Bree, will you tell everyone where they can find you at if they want to? I don't know if I started talking earlier and telling you all that Bree is my natural hairstylist. By the way, I know my hair looks like I have a Jerry curl, but for those of you who know me, I've always wanted curly hair. I've always wanted long hair. So I just let it curl today because Bree showed me I could have curls. So for those 4C people in the world who said they have kinky, nappy, and all the negative words, back to what we were talking about earlier, Gerald, the negative thoughts, where they come from, a lot of times they come from us.
Exactly. Right. Self-sabotaging.
Self-sabotage. But Bree, what I want to do is have you tell them a little bit about yourself, if your web pages, anything you would like to add.
Okay, so I'm on Facebook, Breezy Bree, and then I'm on Facebook, True Healthy Locks and more. And then also I'm on Instagram, True Healthy Locks _more. And that's about it for far as my business.
Dad, if they want to find out more about your art, I think we're going to try to post some on our page, maybe.
Yes, we will be.
Oh, we'll be returning with his artwork.
Okay, we'll be returning with
But for right now, you can reach me at Bree, on her Facebook, or with you to get in touch with Bree.
You
get
sure
in touch
can.
with me.
You can message us
here
at Win Women in Business, and we're going to be tagging some of his artwork in as well. So I just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Thank you, Bree.
Thanks for having
you,
us.
Dad. This has really been awesome. It has had me thinking all week long how to improve myself, how to improve my relationships. So I am so appreciative. And we talked a little bit about ways to get to the next level, but join us in 2 more weeks where we're going to be continuing to talk about family, talking about community, talk about freedom, because that's what you get when you have true love and getting to the next level. Yes, Bree.
One more thing before we get off. Finish your book. Finish your book. People need it. Okay?
I'm laughing, but she is so right. I will finish my book. Thank you very much. And until next time, continue to be grounded, be blessed, and be you.